Now in its 9th year, this is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Hey everybody, this is Alex and this is the Ramble, and we go until midnight tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, that over there is Albert Reynoso. Hello, Albert.
Hi, Alex.
How you doing?
Good, thank you.
Yeah, last time we did this, we were talking the philosophy of what's after death, and his feeling that we're energy, and the energy never dies, just the flesh, just the thing we're using to get around in here.
Correct. And I neglected to mention in the quick explanation that don't worry about dying, because there will be an awareness after death. It just won't be, your solitary awareness, but you will be fine after
Well,
death.
I think we, in our last discussion, I think you can understand that I'd really like to come back as a cat.
You can come back. Well, no, you really don't have a choice as to how you come back, I don't think. But there will be other iterations.
I could come back as somebody from another universe.
I don't know if you have a choice. I don't know if.
Does the energy stay here? Does it stay on Earth?
The energy is all around you.
Here we go again, folks.
The energy is always all around you. It just manifests itself in different ways.
Yeah. By the way, to make myself look better, I actually changed the color on my face. I look pale in the last one that we did. And here I look healthy, right?
Yeah.
Look awake and fine.
Much better. Yes. Much better.
Yeah. So what you been doing down there in Florida?
Not a whole lot.
You know what? Did I tell you the last time we were talking? It means that I'm never, when I found out that Bernard Goetz, the subway shooter, was living in my apartment that I had vacated in New York City, I figured there's no chance now that I will ever win the lottery or the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes, nothing like that, because I've pretty well eaten up all coincidence with that one. Well,
don't feel like that.
That was until a couple of weeks ago, when Donald Trump goes into court here in New York City, and the judge tells him that he's stripping him of all his LLCs, here in New York. And that was he did that in a summary judgment even before the trial, based upon the information he'd been given.
And that's been put on hold, by the way.
What?
The stripping.
It's been put on hold only because he's protesting it, to an appeals court.
But it's put on hold nevertheless.
They will always get some way to find out to put it on hold. All right. So, but that judge was the same judge that we had for our
no kidding,
for our thing with the landlord.
No kidding.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. Judge Ungaran. Very nice guy, by the way. After our thing was over with and we didn't have to deal with him as a judge, he called us into his chambers and we sat down and we talked with him.
Did you sing a song? I heard he's pretty musical.
Really?
Yeah, he's a pianist, and I think he played the bass, and he was in a couple of bands.
I didn't know that. But anyway.
Yeah, and he loves rock and roll.
Well, anyway, I watched the guy. I talked to the guy. And he very nice guy, getting him out of the judge's robes and all of that. And his assistant, who also Trump put down in you read about that, because the judge then said, don't go after my crew, anyway, he's a very nice guy. So but also he didn't put up with any crap. The landlord wrote him 3 emails threatening him. This is while the trial is on. Does it sound familiar at all?
Oh boy.
And he put that they had threatened him in the decision. He said, I'm telling you this so there's transparency, and and he wouldn't take crap from anybody.
Why should he?
And so when he did that to Trump, I figured this is my judge. He's a good guy, but don't screw with him.
Yeah.
He says to himself, I'm the judge. Don't try and tell me what to do. Don't try and threaten me. Don't try to bully me. And so that's what Trump was up against. And he didn't realize it. This guy's really a very nice guy who has principles.
Well, the trial has started again, and let's see what happens.
Oh, yeah.
He may throw the book at him for $2.5 million.
Well, the other thing is the funny part about that.
$250
The funny part about this case is that the judge made this summary judgment, which he was entitled to do, by the way, because he is the judge in this case. There is no other determining factor of guilt or innocence. There is no jury. And everybody goes, well, he should have been allowed to have a jury. Well, he was allowed to have a jury. It's just his lawyers forgot to file for a jury. So they got this judge his entire fate is in this judge's hands. Is he treating him in a way like he is, No, he's not treating him that way. So he's stupid,
Who's stupid?
Trump.
Oh, well.
He's not very...
That's your opinion.
You grew up with him in New York City.
Yeah.
So you more than anybody. I mean, I grew up with him.
I always thought he was a dick. I thought he was a dick when he was doing his deals. I thought he was a dick when he repaired the Central Park skating rink. I thought he was a dick.
Why was he a dick in wait a minute, the one thing he did that was decent, like the skating rink, he was a dick?
I don't remember the specifics, but there were a couple of things that stank to me, like he was trying to capitalize on something, and he was.
Yeah, okay. Trying to make himself look good for some reason.
And I read his book, and he was a dick in the book, too.
Yeah, which he probably didn't write.
No, he had a ghostwriter help him.
Yeah.
Well, it was a ghost.
But anyway, I mean, this guy, he always stank in New York, and he probably was doing a lot of really shady deals, all right, throughout his entire career. And he got away with them until now.
That's what it says in the book. It says some things he was able to get away with, and other things he got lucky with. That's not skill. That's not an art.
I've often said that the difference between success and failure in this world
is in one you succeed and the other you fail.
No,
that's not
it. At some point during your trying to make it, you do something shady to take you to the next level. Do you agree with that? There's just something that you do that's shady, but if you get away with it, you're at the next level, and now you're okay to go on with your success. That makes sense?
I don't know about that. But I did read. I did see an interview recently that talked about success and failure. And if you give me a second here, I have the quotes here, which I thought were really interesting. There's an artist, a musician, who his name is Jason Isbell, who was asked in an interview on some news program what he believes success is and what he believes failure is. And he gave two quick definitions, personal definitions, which I thought were great. He said, this is Jason Isbell, he said, failure is giving up or not giving up in time. I thought, wow, that's
or not giving up in time. That's
or
very
not
good.
Giving up in time is failure.
But either way, if you give up, you failed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. If you give up, you fail. If you don't give up in time, you fail. In other words, you should have stopped where you were,
Stop
and
then.
you still would have had your money and whatever it was, but you kept investing in your shady deal, and now
Okay.
you feel,
Yeah,
So
okay.
not giving up in time.
Yeah.
And this was his definition, and he's a musician, just very smart definition. He was asked, what is success? And he said, success is having problems that are different than they used to be. I thought, well, that's a great way to measure success. I don't have those problems anymore, so I've succeeded in overcoming them. Now I have different problems. Pretty nice, I thought.
Yeah.
But I like your definition.
Well, I've often said that success is not giving up. Like I used to say about comedians, because I used to have comedians on the show a lot when I was on in San Francisco. They said, what's the difference between the comedian that makes it and the comedian that doesn't fail? And I said, well, outside of me, the difference between the ones that succeed and the ones that fail is the ones that succeed just never give up. I said, there are a lot of terrible comedians out there who are successful, and they're successful precisely because they didn't give up. And there are a lot of brilliant comics who never made it because they gave up.
But are there any good? Do you think there are any intrinsically good comics who just kept trying and just never got traction? Is that possible?
Well, I think they tried
without giving up.
Well,
could you not be successful if?
Well, I mean, part of being successful is what I call giving up. Is part of giving up is not pushing yourself, to other people. Most of the people I know have been successful. Look, how many people on radio do you know who are hacks? Okay?
I can't answer that.
Well, you have one right here. Okay? Okay. No, but I'm saying that.
By the way, what's radio? This was my first question.
Yeah, but the fact is, the hacks, hacks make it many times because they just got the hunger for it. They're not giving up.
I suppose, yeah.
I mean, we've done.
But then you're saying there's something to be said about kissing ass and stabbing people in the back.
Well, that's part of not giving up.
Okay, right. Okay,
that's part of not giving up.
That's true. That's part of not giving up. You kill the people.
You're always working it. You're always working it.
But then that gets to the root of the whole argument. What is success? What does it mean to be successful?
Well, was I successful?
I don't know. You can answer that. I think you have to ask different people, and some people will say no, he wasn't successful because of this, this, and this.
All I can say is,
of course, he was successful.
I can say I was very lucky. All right.
I don't think you were very lucky. I think there were, and for all of us, I think there are times where fortune is part of the mathematical process to success, and other times where skill figures into it very much, and the balance of all that creates success, and it's different for everybody, and it's different in every situation.
I feel I was lucky because I was looking back on my career. One night I was lying in bed and I'm looking back on it, right? And it's going on in front of me like a movie. And I'm going, every step along the way where I had success, every step along the way where I got the better job, I got it completely by luck. That there was something that changed in the universe that made me get that thing. I mean, I've had things where I was asked to go when I was out of work in New York. And I could really use a job. I got called back to Houston, Texas, where I'd formerly worked, and taken out to lunch and asked if I'd like to go back to work at this particular radio station and do a show, right? And they were willing to pay me a lot of money. And I went back to New York, and I looked at my wife at that time, who was Susan, and I said, I can't take it. I said, I just can't. I can't. It's going back. It's not going forward. And she said to me, well, whatever you think. And so I turned down the job. And the next day I get a call from a guy in California who I knew. He said, would you like to come out here and do a week on KMEL? They're looking for some talent here. and that would kind of work as an audition for you. And I said, yeah, okay. Well, I could have, and then I went out to San Francisco and I became a real success. I made a lot of money, if that's a measure of success. I was very popular, high ratings, if you consider that a measure of success. But also personally, it was some of the best work I ever did, which, of course, is the main judgment for success in my part. So,
well, that's what I was going to say. What is your
Yeah.
definition of success?
and I would have never gotten that job had I taken the other one.
You may have.
You know,
You may have been approached even if after you started the other one.
no, but the other one I would have been, but it would have been too soon, and I would have had to have quit after I just started.
So
You know, well, I might have signed a contract.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It happened.
All
That's the
I'm
way it happened.
saying is that always at the last minute something happened. You know, the reason I got to New York.
But look at life. That's always the way it is. At the last minute, something happened. This happened, and it changed things. That's life. That's the way things. Coincidence is what life is all about.
I'm sitting in Chicago being a disc jockey. Okay.
I didn't know you worked in Chicago.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, WIND in Chicago, the Westinghouse station there at the time.
No.
Anyway, so in fact, Bernard Shaw was my newsman.
That I knew. I didn't know it was in Chicago.
Oh, excuse me. No, my newsman on our station was Bernard Shaw, and I knew him there.
Right.
And my newsman for the show was Don Cornelius.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyway, so here I am. I'm in and I get a call from somebody who wants me to come to New York to talk about possibly working at WMCA. And I said, well, how did you hear about me? And he said, well, I heard about you from your boss in Minneapolis. Well, that was a boss I told to shove it and left the station. But he said, you want a good performer, Alex Bennett, in spite of the fact that I had walked out on the station.
but
So
that's not surprising to me.
So, but that somehow was coincidence to me. I mean, I never, for most of my career, I never got a job by going after it. They were jobs that came after me. So, you know, I that's why I say I'm lucky.
Well, then I'm
Okay.
lucky too, because that's the reason that I know you now. I didn't say I gotta be with Alex Bennett. It's serious.
Well, okay. All
And
right.
and what was your luck stopped then, didn't it?
Yes, it
Gonna
absolutely.
pair you up with that guy. He's going to be your producer, and everything's gonna evaporate
And so
after
did
that.
your luck.
my luck has been good for all my life. I can't complain about anything.
Well, I mean, it could have been that I was just good, but I never thought I was good.
Well, that's a problem with you.
I've never,
That's something you need therapy for.
but I've never really thought that I was good.
Well,
Does that sound strange?
it does sound a little strange, yeah. Considering you have people that listen to you constantly to this day, and are part of your life and tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
So,
I
yes,
mean, now that I'm 83, I realize how good I got. I can look back at it. Okay, and I can say, okay, you know, I had a profound effect on some people.
well, but you've always had a knack for this. I mean, even to us speaking now, you had forgotten that we were supposed to get together today, and in minutes you got this thing up and running, the Zoom thing going, and I mean, this is what you do, so you are good at it.
But you know what I'm bad at?
I know a lot of things you're bad at. You don't have to single one.
Solving problems. All right. So there was a problem that I had here. Hold on a second. I got to do something here. Oh, it's set to go. Why? It shouldn't be. Oh.
Couldn't be said to go.
Anyway, people were saying there was a thumb coming up on my picture,
What does that mean?
and I couldn't figure out why. And let me do this. It should work. It's not working.
What the hell are you doing?
Supposedly when I held there's a thing here called reactions. Oh, wait a minute.
So when you do this, it should come up as a thumbs up?
Yeah, it should. The thumb should
Like an
come
emoji?
up. Yeah, but it's not.
You don't have your auto emoji, your AI emojis set, do you?
No. Let me see here. You see, you're supposed to be able to do things like this. Oh, wait a minute. It's not doing it. Huh. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's the wrong. I have it's coming up on you. You're doing your thing. It's not working now. But what happened was something was set to reactions here. And then when I went like this or did something like that, a thumb came up. If I went like this together, fireworks went off.
Is that right?
Yeah. I don't know why it's not doing it now. It should do it now, but
wow. Okay.
yeah. So anyway, back to success and failure. Do you feel you feel? I feel you were a success. You certainly in what you chose to do was be the go-to guy for being a producer. You did pretty well.
I was the go-to guy? Was I?
Well, if I was sitting there at a radio station, I said, we need a producer, I would get you.
Well, there were several times when that happened. And I would have to say, in the same vein as you thought that it was just luck, it seems like it's just luck when things like that happen. But in fact, it's not just luck. There's a good amount of fortune in it because people thought of you at the time, but they thought of you for a reason. So it's not just luck, it's skill and the fortune of the timing of how it happened. So it's not just luck.
Well, I think it is, in a lot of ways. No, in your case,
you were shit. They wouldn't have said anything. They would have said, "Oh yeah, Alex Bennett." Oh no, don't get him. But they didn't.
Were you ever bothered by the fact that you were somebody who aided a performer, right?
I've done that with many performers.
No, but I mean, you did that with me. You were an aid to me.
Yeah.
You were my producer, and that people think of the performer as being the whole thing, and don't give the people like you, as a producer, enough credit. Because I'll give you the credit right now. I think I'm
not bothered by that at all because the majority of the world is that person.
Yeah, but people who listen to me didn't know that. But in my opinion, you were 50% of the show.
I'd like to think I was 55, 56.
You were at least 50% of the show. I was doing it, you were producing it, but together we were working together to produce the final product.
No, that wouldn't bother me at all. I've worked at shows that I've been very proud of that involved, 6-7 people who were all integral, and even the people whose names were on the marquee didn't take credit, but somebody has to be put up on that marquee. I mean, that's the way it is. And if that person is not good enough to work with the people that are, to use the phrase, supporting them, then it's not going to work either. So it doesn't really matter.
Well, I feel 50% of my success or failure at Sirius XM was because of you, so therefore I'm blaming me.
Oh, don't put that on me.
I'm blaming me getting fired on you.
Don't put that on me now. 50% of your success, yes, I'll take. 50% of your failure, no, not my.
No, but you had to suffer by my failure.
I don't care. You know what? Life is good in spite of it all. For anybody to be somewhere for 10 years is a pretty good run. Regardless of what industry it is, regardless
we were there for
how hard or not hard you're working, it's a good run. It's a testament to the fact that you've put out a product that was acceptable by people.
And some people who didn't see that decided we should go.
We've had this conversation before as to what the impetus for deciding you to go is, and there were a lot of considerations, especially at that time. The whole industry was changing, technology changed, certainly financing changed in that business. So I wouldn't put it on any one person. or any one thing. There's a lot of considerations, I think, that came down with that, as they do with anybody getting shoved from a position. In most cases, there are several considerations. Unless the guy is a real asshole, then got to shove him.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we did last a while there. You know, we were there 9 years, was it?
Close to 10 years, almost 10 years.
Almost 10 years, yeah. So, you know, I haven't worked since, but I have worked once with you on New Year's, once one other time at WOR before that. And then I went down and did a show at what is now what in the old WOR studios.
But so what? Look at the industry. It ain't what it used to be.
Well, yeah, I do a show. I do a show 4 times a week right here.
Right, exactly. And how many radio shows are there? I'll just take radio for now. You can even add television to that. How many radio shows are there compared to the number of podcasts there are?
Well, there.
How many TV shows?
There are several thousand radio programs, and there are 4 million podcasts.
Exactly. That's my point. Technology has changed. That you can't equate it as you did in the past. Remember, in the past there were 3 networks that were giant. You'd get people having shows that got a 25 share of the market. 25% of the market was watching or listening to that particular program. That never happens anymore, and it never will.
That
again.
happened to me in Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
It turned out 60% of the people listening to me at night, 60% of the listening audience was listening to me. You know,
Because they wanted to listen to James Bond.
no, it wasn't James Bond at that point. It was the man
Wasn't
you
it?
loved.
I thought
it
that was Houston,
Alex
Texas.
Bennett, the man you love to hate.
A man you love to hate. Right?
Yeah. Anyway, gotta go.
Is that it already?
Oh, I
just did my James Bond impression. I was going to go on a little more. Now I can't.
please do this with me again.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
You know, I mean, it's wonderful. The discussion goes into brainy stuff, which is unlike this program.
Well,
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, there he is. There he goes. My former producer and still friend.
always.
Maybe even more so now than then.
Definitely.
Albert Reynoso. Thanks, Albert.
Thank you, John,
Bye-bye.
Alex.
Now in its 9th year, this is GabNet, the great American broadcast network. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Hey, how are you? Let me see. Let me just get a few things over here. There we go. Let me just get myself centered. Okay. It's Monday. It's Wednesday, and I have to reset everything. Okay, so that's the way it goes. Anyway, hello everybody. How are you? It is a Wednesday. And is there anything really happening? Oh, there's a lot happening, and we'll talk about it in a second. But let me admit the people to this program, and I believe they are all legitimate, okay? If they're not, well, then I'll just have to edit the show. There they are. Okay, there's Jeff, and there's Alan, and there's Brian, and there is Charlie. So, hello, everybody. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
You're doing fine. Okay, wait a minute. Let me now put you all. There we go. Jeff. Oh, okay. He got it. He killed
He
it.
has the Band-Aid.
Hmm?
He has a Band-Aid for it. Go mute.
Yeah. Anyway, hello everybody. How are you?
Browser off, Jeff.
Turn the brown. Oh boy.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So he left. Okay.
He'll be back.
Yeah. I don't know. I tend to do that now too. I'm tired all the time. I'm really tired today. I don't know. I did a walk. I took a walk.
Not me.
Huh?
I'm tired too.
You know, I kept thinking about walking. Marjorie always goes, "You got to do more walking," you know, and whatever. And she's lived in Philadelphia. She lived in New York. And your idea of exercise is walking, right? But the problem with walking is I suddenly realized when I lived in San Francisco, I never walked. I got
With
my
those hills? No,
I-
that would
Yeah,
kill me.
there's some big hills in San Francisco,
no, but I
especially in the marina.
no, but more than that, I got into the car and I went wherever I was going. Then I got out of the car and I got back in the car and I went somewhere else. I never walked anywhere,
That's me.
you know. So I mean,
drive everywhere.
since when do I have to walk anywhere? You know. So. But now I can't even walk. It's just getting terrible. It's horrible. But I'm trying. You know, I did a mile today, so
That's good.
well, it's not great if it didn't go that well. Okay, it didn't go that easy.
You didn't fall.
No, I gotta start bringing the cane with me because my greatest fear is falling.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
and if I have the cane, it kind of at least reassures me that I'm not going to fall, or if I'm going to fall, at least I can break the fall somewhat.
Yep.
But I don't need the cane for walking. That's not the problem. You know, a couple of months ago when I had the leg bummed up and everything, I needed it to walk. But now I just need it to make sure I'm balanced. You know?
Yep.
And then on top of that, we got this cat now. See, I don't have...
You still have the cat? Wow.
No, we just got the cat back.
Oh.
They decided to go on another vacation. It seems we do a very good job of taking care of the cat so they can go on vacations, okay? So we have the cat back again. Well, the cat's gotten better at this, but not that much better. To where I'm walking, and all of a sudden the cat walks in front of me.
Always.
Yeah, okay. So,
And I figure, this cat's going to kill me.
Trying
You know.
to trip you.
He's going to trip me. I'm going to fall,
Likes
bang,
Marjorie better.
bang my head on something. I'm dead. And the cat's killed me. So I'm going to kill the cat before he kills me.
Why don't
yeah,
you
so
do
we have
these?
a cat, and the cat sleeps upstairs here somewhere in the hallway or wherever at night. And I'm the first one to get up, and it's dark still. And so right when I open the door, he's already heard me like getting ready in the shower, I think, and he's waiting for me. So he gets there, and then he'll sit at the top of the stairs, and I'll walk halfway down, and he comes flying down right by me. So usually I veer to the right because he goes to the left. And then one time he went to the left, and I almost ate it.
What
all
are they
the way
trying to do? Kill you or get your attention?
Like he's trying to beat me down the stairs, and I'm like, "Go ahead, start. You can beat me. I'll let you beat me. It's okay."
Yeah. Well, anyway, so the cat. Well, the cat isn't doing that as much, but I still have to watch out for the cat. I really do. You know. because
I don't think the cat understands that you have a problem with walking, mobility.
Yeah, have you really talked to the cat about it?
Yeah, really.
Huh?
Have you really sat down and talked to the cat about your walking
Well,
problem?
you know, I've tried to have discussions with cats before.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
one
talk-
time.
talk about it to us all the time, so you
Well-
might as well give it like a half hour at least to the cat.
Well, when I was first living here in New York, I had 5 cats. Don't ask why. It's just they kept screwing, and we always kept one. You know. So anyway, I had these 5 cats, and you know, every one of them would like find a different way to crap, where place to crap and stuff like that. You know. And the house was getting unruly.
It's upstairs here somewhere in the hallway or wherever at night, and I'm the first one to get up, and it's dark still. And so right when I open the door, he's already heard me like getting ready in the shower, I think, and he's waiting for me. So
Jeff,
he gets it,
Jeff,
and then he'll sit at the top of the stairs, and I'll walk halfway down.
Jeff,
and he comes
turn
flying down,
off
right?
you've got your audio going again.
So usually I veer to the right.
Where's Pam?
To the
Pam!
left, and then one time he
Pam, we need you.
What are they trying to do? Kill you or? There we go.
No, it's
I muted him.
Jeff, where's Pam? Hey, there's Pam. Yay! Hi,
Turn the
Pam.
browser off, Pam.
Hi, Pam.
Okay, ask to unmute. There we go.
Jeff's only a caller, and he needs his own engineer.
Yeah.
Well,
He just needs to mute his YouTube.
Yeah, all you have to do is get rid of the browser or get rid of the
She's looking at all the porn he's got open too. Jeez, come on, close some of that.
They're both ignoring us.
Well, I think it's okay now. It's all right now.
So anyway,
Oh no.
I had these 5 cats.
Just talk. See what
And,
happens.
one of them would like crap, where place to crap and stuff like that, And the house was.
They're both ignoring us.
Well, I think it's okay now. It's all
We good?
No, it's not good.
It's still not good?
No.
He's saying it's not good. Hang on. Just talk. See what happens.
Pam, do you have a browser open? Close
Well,
it.
no, the browser. He needs the browser open to be able
Oh
to
yeah,
use
well for
the,
this he does.
Close,
to use
close
the
everything
Zoom.
except for one.
But you
Okay.
Close everything and then call back.
Good.
should. Yeah, no,
Still not good?
No.
no, you have to
Just go to YouTube and mute it on YouTube.
Pam, do you have a browser open?
I'm trying to figure this out. Hang
You
on.
just go up to the browser. You go to the browser. Up above, you have all these little tabs. Just kill all of them except for the one that says
Close
Zoom.
everything and then call back.
No. You have to
Just go to YouTube and mute it on YouTube.
Pam, do you have a
It's a little speaker.
Just
Just
hang on.
punch
just
the little
go up to
speaker.
browser. Up above, you have all these little. except
Right
for the
click,
one
it
that
says mute this tab.
Oh, boy. Well, is it done? Is it okay? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Jeff? Okay, I think you killed it. Yeah,
That's what you guys do.
I think you killed it. Well, don't talk to each other because now we can't talk to each other up here. I don't blame anybody if they just left watching this program.
The browser that wouldn't die.
The browser,
I think we got it.
You think you got it? Okay. Did you figure out how you got it?
Yeah, it was just a lot open, guys. Took me a minute to
Yeah.
figure it out. This is not the computer I usually work on.
Yeah, right. Of course. Anyway, thank you, Pam. We really appreciate it.
You're muted.
Yeah, I will come up to Connecticut and teach Jeff computer.
Good.
You know.
Thank you.
Good. Okay.
Anyway, thank
Bye.
you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Oh, boy. Anyway, now I'm really
Sorry,
busy.
guys.
Now I'm really tired.
No problem.
Anyway, as I was saying about cats,
They
is
shit
that
everywhere.
they one would go in the bathtub and one would go in the hair and one would go there, and I one day I decided, I used to like spank them a little bit, like don't do that or don't do this, and finally I just decided that maybe that's the wrong thing. Maybe I should just sit down with all the cats
Have a talk.
and have a talk,
Yes.
right?
Did you
Genius.
get that on video? Because I know cats, they didn't listen to shit.
Well, so I lined them all up on the bed, on the foot of the bed.
And they did this.
Well, no, they actually were looking at me because they couldn't figure out why I was talking. And I sat there and I went, we all live in this apartment together. We all have to get along. We all have to admire each other's space, okay? And if everybody just recognizes that everybody else needs a little bit of space and a little bit of help, here in making our lives better, we can get along just fine, and everything will be great. And they all looked at me, and then they went and shit wherever they wanted to shit. So it just it doesn't work. You can't sit down and have a discussion with a cat,
Well, I watch a lot of cat videos, and they have these videos of they have like the owners will put like aluminum foil on the countertop, and the cat goes to jump up it, and right when they land on it, they jump back because they're so afraid of the noise and whatever. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
What brand of
Very
aluminum
entertaining.
foil?
Any aluminum foil.
I don't have a cat, so I have to worry about it.
Yeah. Well, this cat has a little deal she does. She likes using the laser pointer.
Oh yeah.
Right. Cats like that, okay? So there's a laser pointer, and we leave it on the counter, And also, she has some treats she eats, and we leave those on the counter. Okay? So every now and then, if she's really good, we give her one of these treats she likes. Okay?
Mhm.
Well, she doesn't wait to be good, and she doesn't wait to get her treat or to use the laser. She just gets up on the counter and knocks them all onto the floor. Constantly.
I have a laser pointer, a big one from work, and I shoot that one around a little bit, and then sometimes I'll come over and grab the remote, and the cat comes running over, like looking everywhere because I got the remote. They think it's the laser pointer.
Well, the cat got recently, I think, has gotten used to not using a laser pointer. She, for some reason, doesn't react that well to the laser pointer. But then I suddenly found out that she was reacting to the fact that my watch was hitting the sunlight.
Oh,
and that was moving something around. She was going crazy over that, But anyway, so we got the cat again. So, and this morning, yeah, the cat's gotten really used to living with us now. Her other parents are just her other parents. Okay, we're her. This is Camp Schwarzman. It's like a summer camp for cats with the hallway and everything like that, right?
Yeah, room to roam.
Oh, your room to roam and room to hide, I might add. So anyway, she kind of has gotten to enjoy it. But every night, Marjorie takes the food away and then puts it back down in the morning. The reason she does this is she was told by the cat's owner to do it this way, so we do it that way. Marjorie feels she has to abide by her rules and regulations for the cat. So this morning, the cat never gets up on the bed. This morning, I wake up, the cat is on the bed with me. And he's looking at me. She's looking at me. Like, hey, time to get up. Get out of bed. Well, Marjorie had overslept, and you know what she did? Marjorie's feet were above the comforter, so the cat went over and started making biscuits on her socks to wake her up. Come on, wake up, get me some food. That's what it was all about. So the cat's getting a little too smart. Okay,
Dogs don't do that.
Yeah, that's why I like cats, because I like that kind of smartness that cats have.
Oh,
that's why I have a Wi-Fi feeder.
Cats own you. You own dogs.
Yeah.
I have a Wi-Fi feeder. It feeds them at certain times of the night, and then I can push a button on my phone and feed it whenever the hell I want to.
Oh, really? What do you see?
Oh, yeah. It's set at 4 o'clock in the morning, 12 noon, and 8 o'clock at night.
Since we don't permanently have a cat, okay, we really can't get. We haven't gotten one of those.
Yeah, you don't need one.
Yeah, we don't need those. So, excuse me, I need an anti.
But ours used to get us up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and my wife doesn't get up till 5.
Oh, really?
But he would come up onto the bed. There was 2 of them, and they'd get up on the bed and just pound us.
Yeah,
because 4 o'clock is when they wanted to eat.
Well, I used to have a cat.
Enough of that crap.
I used to have a cat to wake me up in the morning, who would lick my eyelids.
Oh,
yeah, they do weird stuff. They lick your face. They'll do weird stuff, and they got that sandpaper tongue, and it just takes the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And they don't stop. They don't care. They do whatever the hell they want.
That's right.
Well, this cat was a sweet cat.
So yeah, well, they're sweet when they're fed and everything is fine.
Well,
yeah,
when they
want to be.
The thing I like about cats over dogs, to begin with, a dog, when you feed them, eats everything at once. Just chows it all down.
Yep.
Cats take a little now, and a little bit later, and a little bit later. They're dogs are binge eaters, and cats are like, they just take their time. Hey, it's a nice little treat. I'll have a little bit here. Oh, maybe a little bit of the kibble, and I'll drink some water. All right.
Well, we've been dealing with a sick one for the last month.
Oh, really? Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
He wasn't eating for a week.
Wow.
And then we just spend another $1,500 on tests, find out his kidneys are failing, and all kinds of crap.
Jeez almighty. I remember when you used to take a cat to the vet and you walked out and it was $15.
No.
No. I suddenly one day there was a vet somewhere who suddenly said, I think these people really love their pets, and I think they'll spend anything to keep them alive.
Yeah. Somebody somewhere.
Yep.
I mean, $200 for a urine culture and a blood test.
Really?
$270. And that's you don't get to see the doctor on that one. You just go in and get the test, and they call you in a couple days.
Oh wow! Well, I'll tell you where I used to take my cat here in New York. Whenever he would have something really bad, there was a place called the Animal Medical Center, and it was literally a hospital for animals. You could take your cat there. You could take your dog there. They also would take lions there from the circus. I mean, they would take on any kind of animal. And
yeah, that's what we have out here. Yeah, because we're in an agricultural area, and you can take your horse in there if you want.
Yeah, and we had it was wonderful to be able to take my cat there, because when something horrible happened to him, or something that needed a little more than just sitting there and waiting for the cat to throw up, which they usually do anyway. But I mean, I always liked cats over dogs because I like their independence. It's like, I love you, feed me. Oh, you fed me? Fuck you.
Exactly. Yeah. They're low maintenance.
Yeah,
they are.
Yeah. I mean, but I like that honesty, because that's the way I'd be. You fed me? I'm happy. I love you. You fed me. To hell with you. Goodbye. See you later. I have no use for you anymore.
Yeah. Let me go see if I can trip you while you're walking around.
Exactly. But I mean, I just always like the independence of cats, and the attitude of cats, and
they automatically know where to shit too.
You don't have to teach this cat. Okay.
Automatically.
All we did is we put a box down with in the bathroom with the litter in it. Just showed it to her, and from then on, that's where she goes.
Okay,
all the
this is where I'm
time.
going to shit.
Yeah,
they know.
Yeah, where a dog has to be taken out, and you have to walk them, and then when they poop, you have to pick up the poop.
You got to clean it up.
And somebody once said that if aliens ever came down here and saw this, they'd think the dog was the master,
right?
Because
carrying around a little bag full of poop.
Yeah, and
then if you don't pick it up, whoever saw you not pick it up shoots you.
Yeah, or charges.
Does a video and sends it into the city.
Yeah, exactly, or puts it on Facebook.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So what's wrong with that?
Yeah, nothing.
I
like that.
Right down here, we have a busy street people like walking their dogs on, and then we have the school, the soccer fields, and a lot of people walk their dogs here. And then they come. We have a big lawn in the front yard.
Yep.
And they stop, and then as they're pooping, they'll look around. They look up, and I'm like, looking this. They're looking down at them. Yep.
That's when you open up the door and stare.
But you know what you don't see anymore? Do you remember this? I remember this from when I was growing up. There was dog crap everywhere. And it would get so old it would turn white. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You don't see white dog crap anymore around.
No, you go to San Francisco and it's people crap on the street.
Yeah, well, that's
shit,
different story altogether. But anyway, so I was very happy to see that my former judge today fined Donald Trump $10,000.
It's
that
like
all?
20 cents.
He's a billionaire. Come on, he has that in his back pocket.
That's right.
Well, nevertheless, he charged him $10,000. And if Trump had a lot of money, why did he get up on the stand and try to plead with the judge not to charge him the $10,000?
Just cheap ass.
Yeah. Supposedly he said something about his assistant again to the press.
Yeah, I know.
And when he came back
in,
in,
lock him up for 7 days or something.
That's really what they should do. Well, he did say the last time that if he did it again, he might have a tendency to want to throw him in jail. But I think the reason he's not throwing him in jail is that's exactly what Donald wants.
Yeah.
oh, look, yeah, this is going to be a whole Hitler thing, because Hitler went to jail, and after he came out of jail, he was more popular than when he went in.
I think it would be sweet if Trump lost the primary.
Well, it's getting to the point where I don't know if he's going to be able to run.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of these people are turning on him.
I don't know.
Well, not the new Speaker of the House.
Yeah, look who just got Speaker of the House. A very backed Trumper.
No, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't help Trump's defense in
But
a court of law.
I think that they voted because of that. I think a lot of people voted, and he got the win because of that.
Yeah,
I don't think
nobody's
so.
Heard,
I don't
heard
think
of him. He's from Louisiana.
I think it still shows that Trump's still there. I have no idea why, but I just see that.
No, I think what you got is a small group of people in the Republican Party who want to vote for somebody like that, okay? And they couldn't pass anybody unless they had the whole Republican contingent to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened there. It wasn't that they were trying to save Trump's ass, but that they were trying to get themselves somebody in there, and they would only accept somebody who was somebody who believed that the what do you call it? The election was rigged.
Election was stolen.
Yeah. But I'm still really. Yeah.
No, I think Trump is actually toast, if you want my opinion, because all these people who are turning tail on him, and every day there's another one who pleads guilty and says, "Okay, I'll take my I'll turn tail on Trump," and it's getting to be pretty regular here. So I don't know, only time will tell.
There's somebody's house down the street from us, and he has a big Trump, "I love Trump," or whatever it says. And those guys put their stuff up, and they still got to keep it up. They're not burning them down yet.
I'll send you an AK-47, and you can change the sign.
Nah.
Well, they put a bumper sticker on their car like that, and they may as well put a bumper sticker on their car that says "Key me."
Or break my windows. I don't have an AK-47. Sorry, Jeff.
No, that's all right. I wouldn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Spray paint works good in the middle of the night. Put a mask on so they don't know it's you.
Look, what a person's political feelings are, that's their political feelings. And while I don't agree with them, and I find it, what is that all about? What are you doing? What is that?
Who?
A bright light.
Kevin?
Oh, I was just changing batteries in a flashlight.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sorry.
He's checking his box tonight, checking off his stuff to do.
Yeah.
He's tuning up.
Sorry.
Well, there's no Phil, so we can't do our bills anymore while Phil's on. Oh, sorry. Did I say that?
Oops.
Oh, I think I spilled. Nobody's watching anyways.
Let's see. What else?
Phil's not watching anyways.
I got my county tax bill for the next year and a half or next year.
No, really? How much was it?
You pay it in November, and then you pay it like 4 months later. $1,200 and some dollars. 24, a little under 2,500 for the year.
Oh, I guess that's not terrible.
I feel bad.
Yeah.
Was it property tax?
Yeah.
Well, that's not bad. I
Oh,
thought
how much property tax?
$2,500. You're gonna free $2,500 for the year. The 23, 24.
Years ago, didn't they pass a law in California where they didn't have property tax?
No. No.
See, but I've been in the House with the Proposition 13. Yeah, Proposition 13 when I bought the house when I was 19. So,
mine's twice as much as that.
Much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody
2x.
That's probably 1 month's payment for you on your property taxes, huh, Brian?
Worse. Better, I guess, on your side. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, whatever happened to that? I remember they had that thing where they, at least years ago in California, where they passed a law that they did away with property taxes.
No.
No,
Oh,
maybe
no.
something in the property tax, but
The,
not
the,
the
the
property.
only
They-
property
they-
tax thing happened in the 70s called the Jarvis.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
And
Yeah, they
it
just-
says that they can't raise your taxes more than like 1.2% per year or something.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
is
they
that
fixed that too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, they put a number on that because I just sold my mom's house. Or
Oh.
they just sold my mom's house, and they found things around that this last year. Newsom signed a bill, and we're paying buku taxes on that sale.
Okay.
Because
Well,
they reassess the house at the current value
you
and
know,
all that other.
it shows you
crap.
how long it's been since I've lived in
Oh, yeah.
California.
yeah, and
It
I'd
ain't
like
like it used to be.
would like to move, but it's like, how low we got the house and the property tax. We look at another nice house with a pool, same area sort of, but maybe up a little bit for us. But the property tax.
I don't know. I've always been one of these people who
Oh, yeah.
believes you shouldn't tax the people. You should tax the corporations.
One of my neighbors has the exact same model home I did. They bought it in 2013.
Mhm.
They're paying $27,000 a year in taxes.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
Oh, well, being that I'll be almost 65 and I bought the house when I was 19, it's a long time ago. It's like a century ago or something. So, yeah, taxes were a lot lower then.
Yeah. Well,
1978 or something like that.
the other thing that's really been bothering me is there's a story that's happened here in show business. There's this woman who was an agent over at CAA, which is one of the big talent agencies. And she was on the board of directors or something like that. And she was thrown off of it the other day because she did a tweet that wasn't pro-Israel. What she basically said was, she felt that Israel was engaging in genocide, which, if you figure 1,200 Israelis got killed, and now it's over 6,500 people in Gaza have gotten killed. Well, what do you call genocide exactly? I mean, it's a matter of opinion, but you could consider that a form of genocide because they're killing more innocent people than they're killing members of Hamas. Now, she didn't write anything pro-Hamas. She just said, Israel is engaging in a genocide and should be taken to task for that too. Now, whether you agree or disagree with it, I just think it's a valid opinion. It's a valid opinion, whether you agree with it or not. They're entitled to have that opinion if they want it, because Israel, and I've said this before, is a political entity. It's a political state, and it can make mistakes, and it can be brutal, and it can do all kinds of things. I've never been very fond of Israel as a nation, because I think as a nation they've done some terrible things.
Anti-Zionist.
Huh?
Anti-Zionist.
Well, I'm anti-Zionist. I've always been anti-Zionist.
Well, we know that. That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah. Because, but I mean, Zionism, but it doesn't matter. The thing is that it's called like a Jewish state, but it's not. Everybody goes, oh, that's your homeland. And I go, no, it's not. My homeland's the United States of America. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I just felt kind of like this woman was being given a bad time for this, because what we're living in is a day and age where if you don't have the politically accepted opinion, you can lose your job. And who's to state what the right answer or the wrong answer is? I mean, today's lie or today's something bad that you might say is tomorrow's truth.
So there's two big Jewish donors to Penn State. both of them pulled the plug. Millions of dollars pulled the plug this year because they're allowing pro-Palestinian, rallies, and also at maybe Columbia University, one of the big universities in New York. Some big donors pulled the money too. And money talks. I mean,
yeah, but what's to say? You're a Palestinian. It doesn't mean, by the way, that you hate Jews or anything else. You may just dislike Israel, right?
That's right.
There's a difference. It's a political thing. Yeah, and so you're a Palestinian living in America, and you want to stand up for your side, because Palestinians are being killed in this.
I think
those people in Gaza are Palestinians, if I'm not mistaken. And so they have every right to protest their side of the story. They're not saying, hey, yay, Hamas. If they did that, I'd say you're full of crap, okay? Hamas is a terrible, terrible organization that has created an incredible genocide against a group of people.
The Palestinian Americans have the right to protest here. I got no problem with that.
Yeah, but
built into the Constitution.
And as long
I think it's gonna backfire on them. I think they're gonna be like right after 9/11, where we went after everybody Muslim. I think that a lot of people are stupid, and they're gonna go after, these people for being Palestinian. I think it's wrong, but I think it's what people are going to do. I think it's a backfire on them.
Hello to Tony. Turn your camera sideways, Tony.
Oh, by the way, Tony
I'm on the couch.
Texting me.
Oh, no, wait a minute. That didn't do anything. That didn't do anything. All right, well, leave it the other way. What?
Tony starts texting me for the first time in a week that the doctor stuck his finger up his ass today.
Yeah, I went to the oncologist today.
When
You
I'm
went
on the
to a
show,
what?
Don't text me while
I went for the follow-up like you do, Alex. I'm undetectable, he said.
No, you are undetectable, not the cancer.
What about the PSA?
Oh, yeah, both, yeah.
But anyway,
It went right up behind me again.
all I'm saying, getting back to what we were talking about,
I was
is
listening to
that it's I think we've gotten to the point now where you get in trouble because you don't have the opinion that you're supposed to have.
You're right.
While I couldn't see anybody standing up for Hamas. That seems ridiculous. But if somebody wants to stand up for Hamas, I'll stand up for his right to stand up for Hamas if he wants to.
It might go in New York, and
I would disagree with it. I would tell him, pal, you're full of crap.
Texas. Texas, they'd probably be shot.
No, Texas doesn't care. Texas is anti-Semitic down there.
Oh, they're bad down there, right?
There's a lot of anti-Semitism in Texas. Yeah, you bet your life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember the first thing ever happened to me in Houston, Texas, when I moved there, is they went and they had they entered me in a, what do they call it, what's when automobile, when they get a bunch of automobiles and they smash into each other?
Oh, yeah, the smash-up derby.
Demolition derby. They entered me in a demolition derby. I don't know why. The station tried to see if they could kill off their disc jockeys, right? So I go down there and I'm in this demolition derby. Meanwhile, my wife's up in the stands, and she's right next to somebody, and the guy starts coming on to her. And she says to him, I'm sorry, but, I'm married. And she says, oh, you're married? To who? And he says, oh, that guy down there in that car, in the demolition derby. And he said, oh, the Jew boy.
Oh, wow.
That is, so I learned right then and there I was in a place where maybe I had to worry. Am I right? Am I completely wrong about this, Charlie? Because you're in Texas right now.
No, you're not wrong at all.
Yeah. Wow. So I found out what anti-Semitism was all about.
I know a lot of women that would have made sure the next place that guy went after watching the destruction derby was the dentist to get his teeth put back in.
Yeah. But I mean, that's, but if people want to have an opinion, fine, have it, as long as you don't hurt someone else with that opinion.
Yeah. I'm fine with that too.
But I don't like the idea that you have to have a certain opinion, otherwise you're going to lose your job. By the way, Aaron Sorkin was represented by this agent and just dropped the agent because of the comments she made online. And I read them and I went, you know, they weren't. It wasn't anti-Semitic. It was maybe anti-Israel, but it wasn't anti-Semitic. So, I mean, do you disagree with me, Jeff, that you're not necessarily anti-Semitic if you don't agree with Israel?
Yeah, of course. I think one of the things like that I've seen in Israel, a change over the last 20 years or whatever, is that there's a lot more Orthodox Jews in Israel. And there's a lot of strange relationships between them because the Orthodox guys won't join the military.
They don't have to. It's not that they won't.
Is it against the religion, Alex?
They don't have to, yeah, because they are Orthodox Jews.
That's right.
And they don't believe in getting into wars or joining up with wars or whatever.
That I agree with you. I'm sure, Jeff, you would say that's wrong, and I would say that's wrong. I think you can believe at any level of Judaism. I'm not Orthodox, but you could believe at any level of Judaism you want, but you need to. If the Reformed Jews need to fight, you need to fight too.
Now, let's say you're an Israeli.
I think so.
Let's say you're an Israeli. I mean, if I were an Israeli, I would immediately say, where do I sign up to fight this thing?
Sure.
You know, because I'm an Israeli, and it's my country, and I want to protect my country. I think the fact that Orthodox Jews won't do it is kind of wrong, that they're not standing up for the very country that has given them some kind of a homeland where they could live and wear their payas in comfort. You know,
we have Jews that work as cops in this country, and they are taking their vacation time to go get in line in Israel to go into battle.
Oh, really?
Oh, hey, look! If you believe in it, you go fight for it.
Yeah, that's the way I believe in it. I mean, I'm not going, but you know, I mean, I fucking have a heart attack 3 steps into the wind.
See, I just think there are better. I think there are better ways to solve this thing, and even Biden has asked that they use restraint.
Absolutely,
you know that the desire to get even is a very hard desire to quell.
Yep,
okay,
sure is.
And what you really need to do is, it's much more ethical and a good idea to be prudent about how you handle the situation.
Revenge is complicated.
Yeah, revenge is easy. Revenge is easy too. It's a very simple reaction. But restraint is very difficult, but may many times be the answer. You know
what I was going to say, Alex? That's a good point, because remember Desert when we got when they went after Saddam Hussein?
Yeah.
We was a knee-jerk reaction. We had to go attack somebody, and we actually made it worse over there. Instead of somebody's got to pay for this, but you know what I'm saying? Well, he had nothing probably to do with it, even though he was a maniac, and you actually hurt the Middle East more, taking him out of power, because somebody had to pay for 9/11 right away.
Well, I mean, Saddam Hussein wasn't as much of a maniac as our government made him out to be.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They were pumping
he wasn't a sweetheart, but compared to some other people on this planet, he, take the Ayatollahs in Iran, they're terrible. They're just terrible. But here's a guy now who they took out, and we allowed him to be hung, executed. And now we find out that actually all of what we did was kind of wrong.
Yeah,
gee, really?
We got the wrong guy.
Really?
They never found the weapons of mass destruction. It was all.
No, I would have. If I was George W. Bush, I would have had the CIA or something plant some.
You got to show us something.
You know, to make it look like there were some or something. He was an idiot.
Nothing there. Put something there. Come out with it.
Yeah, well, really, put something there.
You know, he was a terrible person who took advantage of his country.
Yeah.
You know, he took advantage of his people. He was not a good guy, but he wasn't on the level that we portrayed him in order to be able to go in there and prosecute that war, which probably shouldn't have happened, because when it happened, I went, oh, wait a minute, let me get this. We were in Afghanistan and places like that, and in Pakistan, and we had Osama bin Laden and his group, and they caused 9/11. So we went into Pakistan and Afghanistan looking for him in the hills of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And all that made sense. But then all of a sudden, one day, George Bush goes, and we're going to go into Iraq, and we're gonna go after him there. Why?
Yeah,
I mean, what did one have to do with the other?
They said, was it true, Alex? I remember reading it somewhere. Did George Bush have a hard-on for Saddam Hussein? Did he almost try to? Was there something between those two when he was in office?
I believe there was something, and I can't remember what it was.
He had a grudge against him.
Yeah,
I think George W. Bush was revenging what his father tried to do against Saddam Hussein and failed.
Yeah, and I think he believed that Saddam had tried to assassinate his father.
His father, and so he was going back to, now was the time, let's go back after him.
But again, we're talking revenge here, which is not a good reason to do anything. You know?
Yeah, well, Dick Cheney told him he could do it.
Yeah, Cheney ran the country.
But, you know, at least in those days, I could say what I'm saying now about, you know, how we handled that whole situation in Iraq, and I don't have to pay any price for it. But if the same mentality that exists today existed back then, if I mentioned that I you know, this whole thing was a phony or whatever, you know, what did Saddam Hussein have to do with 9/11, which was nothing, because we were avenging 9/11. You remember that?
Yeah, we needed to put a face. We needed a face.
No, what we did is we found an excuse. You know,
yeah, let's go in there.
Well, why didn't
they just somebody had to pay?
You know, all these terrorists came from Saudi Arabia. Why didn't we go bomb them? Because Saudi Arabia is in the oil business, just like the Bushes.
Oh yes.
And the Bushes are in the oil business. And so
who rushed them out? And who rushed them out at 9/11?
Absolutely.
And by the way,
we flew
Osama,
them out before we shut down the skies in this country.
What was Osama bin Laden? He wasn't an Iraqi. You know, he wasn't from Iran.
Saudi Arabia.
He was Saudi Arabian.
He was Saudi Arabian.
And we trained him too.
We did train him.
Cheney wanted a war because Halliburton was going bankrupt, and Halliburton cleaned up in the war. I mean, they billions and billions of dollars they got from that war.
Before Dick Cheney became vice president, he was the president of Halliburton.
Yeah.
Well, there's been this old saying that I've always gone back to, is whenever you wonder why we're prosecuting a war somewhere, follow the money.
Yeah, because somebody's making money off it. Yeah.
Yeah. Brian, you're very quiet.
Oh yeah.
Brian.
When he phased out. Oh.
He's reading up on how to talk to a cat.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
5 cats. I heard that was cool.
Yeah, well, actually,
Tony, you going back to your doctor, your urologist again next week, so he can stick his hand up your poop?
No, that's the urologist. It's not till a couple of months.
You're gonna miss him, aren't you? The way he keeps sticking it up.
Oh, this one grabbed me, Alex. This one grabbed me like they grab you. Oh, he says you're undetectable. Then he had the PA come in to just check me over, and then he left.
Well, wait a minute. That's undetectable. That would be the blood test coming back.
Right.
Yeah, my PSA. Yeah. Everything looks excellent. Oh, okay. I'm not dying. I said.
What did he stick his?
The PA came in, Alex, and they had to do she went up my handy like yours. She says, "Breathe out and bend over." Yeah, but it's easy for you to say that.
Yeah, get your hand out there, and it'd be easier.
Well, you know something. I gotta say this. This is the best your sex life's been in 20 years.
Alex, can I ask you a question? Is it funny? I told my sister, how was it? Because she was texting me from school because she was on lunch. I said, Nan, I said, I'm starting to get used to this now, Alex. Do you get used to it now when they put the
He just ordered
it's like second nature now.
Wait a minute.
It's like we're shaking hands.
We have a child here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. She has her headphones on.
She has her headphones on.
Yeah, I told her to put her headphones on.
I think Tony just ordered the starter kit of dildos to practice.
But see, you want me to input in this conversation?
Yeah.
No, I don't even.
I'd rather talk about the mass shooting.
You do. I did it right.
You know, well, it's better than no sex at all.
Well, Alex, you convinced me. I finally got my own urologist, and he is a nice guy. I really like him.
If you find a nice urologist, hold on to them like they're grim death.
I got one too.
My guy calls myself.
He holds on to you.
It's like, I can't believe this shit. He really
Let me hold your shoulders, Tony, as I take it.
She told me to bend over. I was like,
wait a minute. Did you hear what he said?
Like
She.
Yeah, it was a shame. His PA, yeah.
She was a proctologist. Now she's a urologist. Oh.
It's Sean Zimberg's associate, his PA. He comes in, he gives me everything the doctor, the gynecologist, and then she does the exam.
She does the finger thing and everything?
Exactly. And she does the finger, and he's too high up in the chain now, I said.
My GPA is a female. She won't do the finger.
I'll stay in 6 months, Tony. That's all right.
If you want to make her, want to get a good laugh out of her next time she does it, say, does this mean I have to buy you dinner?
I should call you up, but I'm going to write that down. It's like, Alex is right. This is like second nature now.
Yeah, I have my next in January. Yeah,
part of getting
my
older.
yearly. It's now yearly.
Yeah, it's part of getting older, and it sucks.
Well, no, they do it initially. They do it every like 3 months, and then
it was 3. Now it's 6 for me.
And then it's 6, and then it's a year. Yeah.
Well, I do it. My urologist does it once a year when I come in to see him. My PSA is low. My PSA was something low.
No, mine is.
Hey, how about that new Speaker of the House? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How about them Rangers? Hey.
Hey, yeah, Texas is in the World Series, Charlie.
Yeah.
I loved how I was watching it today, and they're like going apoplectic, the Republicans, on how proud they are that they have managed to get a Speaker of the House. And I'm thinking to myself, this took you 3 months.
Yeah.
It took you 3 months.
I was going to ask you this, Alex. I'm listening to 1010, and you guys. You guys can answer this too. You know the girl who flipped that lady the other day on Trump, Alex?
Didn't she?
How come she's not doing any jail time?
No, she didn't flip on him. You mean
what's her name?
What's her name?
I forgot now.
Crawford?
Jenna?
Huh?
Oh, come on.
Jenna or Sydney?
Sydney Powell.
Sydney Powell.
Sydney Powell.
I mean, let's throw her in jail for a few months.
No,
she must have some good shit on Trump.
But if she's got a good stuff on Trump, I say don't throw her in jail. Let's listen to what she has to say.
I know, but I was hoping some of them, they're all. Hopefully, he's going to jail. It's looking bad, 4 for 4 now.
Well, I'm saying these guys are disagreeing with me, but I think it's not looking good for Trump.
No, how could it be? They're all flipping.
Tony, this is what the prosecutors do. They get the low-hanging fruit, and they offer them a deal of no jail if they testify against the big wheel, and that's what they're doing right now. They're getting all the low-hanging fruit.
The only problem I've ever had
deals,
the only problem I've had with that over the years is that it's a wonderful thing. You know, it's good, but if you're getting somebody to testify against the person in order to give them a lower sentence or not any sentence at all or have them plead out or whatever, is that reliable?
Yeah.
Because what you're doing is you're making a deal that they say something you want to hear, and, you know.
The prosecutors that are smarter than that. They know.
But I think the feds must know they have a lot on him.
They have to come clean. So Sidney Powell had to come clean with all and every illegal thing she did, Trump related or otherwise.
Up there.
And she's got to give evidence too, because you can't just take her word for it.
That's right. Don't follow up on what she says. So.
But I hear nothing about her losing her lawyer's license.
Oh, did she still practice? That's what I wanted to ask you.
Well, maybe in Georgia.
Wait, hold on a second. What did you say? Somebody say something about it.
I said not yet.
She should.
Because
she could lose her law degree.
Because what's his name who testified today? He lost his law license.
Cohen, right?
Yeah.
Michael
Cohen.
Yeah. He was.
Well, when you go to prison,
huh?
She was crying, Alex. I was like, "You're
Oh man, that was Jen Ellis is just crying her bawling.
I mean, that was like crocodile tears. She knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
She's kind of a good-looking Republican, isn't she?
Tony wants her to be his urologist.
You think Phil's getting worried, Alex? Phil's getting worried now.
I think Trump's got to be bothered. I think Trump's got to be concerned.
It's got to. Come on, right?
Yeah.
He can't be this stupid that he knows it's the writing's
Hey,
on the wall.
by the way.
Oh wow.
Nice. You
Adrian,
look like a hockey player
Adrian,
there.
Yeah.
Adrian, wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Oh, she got her teeth knocked
wait a
out.
minute. Adrian, look at him. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
the tooth fairy's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, that's pretty good. $20 a tooth, right?
Oh, I wish you would.
This is going to be $5,000 a suit.
Yeah. By the time you get to our age, yeah.
Yeah. But
You want anything else?
yeah.
Okay. Good night.
What?
She's hungry. She's always hungry.
You don't feed her before she goes to sleep, do you?
Going to bed.
Yeah.
she's still here. She's hiding.
How old
Mommy's in Vietnam for 2 weeks, so everybody come over here and party this weekend.
Oh, he's got the whole house to himself.
Yeah, the kids I just lock up downstairs in the basement, and then I get the whole house to myself.
Lock the doors.
Let them play games, lock the door, and they're fine for like 3 days straight, no food.
Yeah. I was going to say that there was a time where if you were going to go to Vietnam, you probably went to Canada. But anyway, that's See, again, isn't it amazing how times change?
I know.
Yeah, it's nice that you say it.
Oh, they say it's very nice. A great place to have.
Yeah, it's a great vacation.
You've been there.
I still am
you
a fan of Survivor and Amazing Race, and Amazing Race just did like two weeks of shows from there, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it was really quite. Times change.
Yeah, even when I went there the first time, maybe like 15 years ago, man, people gave me a lot of slack on there, saying, "Oh, why are you going there?" And all this stupid stuff. But now it's like very natural. It's like
it's a big tourist destination.
Yeah.
Supposed to be wonderful. Supposed to be lovely over there.
Hopefully she stays over there.
Yeah. Well, we got about another 55 seconds left before I have to pay. Oh, by the way, we figured out why the theme, you can't hear the theme.
Ah.
Ready for the answer?
Sure.
No.
If we were using Skype, you'd be able to hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, using
Yeah, we can hear it with
What
Jack.
happens is Zoom won't let the music go across because they consider it to be copywritten music.
That's
but I happen to own that music.
Oh, no, it's not my...
I pay rights to it for it.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, that doesn't matter. They don't know in the algorithm over at Zoom, so you can't hear it because it doesn't go across Zoom.
Yeah.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah. Well.
Well, I'm going to play it now, and you won't be able to hear it. But so what?
Thank you.
And
you sing at the same time.
I thought that's why Jeff was here. Aren't you the cantor?
What?
No, I was not.
listening to him before I heard the sound.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Alan, thank you for being with us. Thank you very much, Brian. Has Adrian left the room? Oh no, she's still there. Thank you, Adrian.
Say her name as she comes running over.
Thank you, Adrian. You toothless wonder, you.
Can I have two?
No. Candy. There's candy on my desk. She's trying to get candy. She's trying to get candy at the store today, and I'm like, "Are you crazy? You're gonna have like 2 bags of candy next week." No.
Oh, wow. What does your shirt say? Amigas?
Amigas forever. Friends forever. Amigas forever.
Oh, well, I used to have a computer called an Amiga that I loved, so I agree with you. Amigas forever. Anyway, thank you, Brian. Thank you to Charlie. Thank you to Jeff. Thank you to Kevin. And thank you to a guy by the name of Tony who has a kind of urologist I would like to have. Anyway, everybody, give a big wave goodbye, and I'll give a big wave goodbye at you. Okay, there they go, ladies and gentlemen. That's our citizen panel for tonight. Jack Bishop will have a citizen panel in just a few minutes. He'll be doing it on Skype at Gabnet Live. Okay, I'll see you again tomorrow. What? Yes, tomorrow, 10:30, same time, same station in life. In the meantime, as always, if you see her, tell her I love her. Okay, bye bye, everybody.